Guys, don't know what happened. Sorry. Okay, thanks for joining me. I hope you get you all back. Okay, so what I was trying to tell you is that you can print out the instructions. Good. Thanks, Sally, for coming back. Sorry about that. Don't know what happened. My phone just went off. The camera just went off. Who knows? Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start on the lining piece. Now, I love little polka dots. These are the little pin dots. So this is going to be my lining because this is the front of it. And when you open up the zipper part, this is what I want you to see. So in my tutorial, I tell you that I want you to take one piece or one side of the lining. I want you to fold it over 1/4 inch. Let's come back over here. I think the easiest way to see that. I think the easiest way to get an accurate 1/4 inch is just to stitch on it. This is the way I like to do it. I take my stitch in the ditch straight off, put my 1/4 inch. What am I eating? I'm not eating anything. What am I sewing, maybe? Okay. Alright, so let's put the presser foot down and set your machine to 1/4 inch. Okay. And we're just going to stitch. And this is going to give us a great line to fold on. That's a neat little trick that I like to do for everything that takes 1/4 inch. You can see it better right there. And so to just take it and fold it over. Sometimes you have to move your needle over just a tad to be able to catch it. And then just stitch. Speed stitcher there, isn't it? Okay, so now we've got 1/4 inch there, and that's just going to conceal the raw edge. I don't know why I like to do that other than I believe that, or I was taught early on, that everything that you do should be as pretty on the inside as it is the out, and that's why I like to have the edges concealed there. Okay, so let's go back over to this. Move you back up here. Okay, so we're going to take this piece and we're going to lay it wrong side to right side. And I'm going to use, see if I can set you right here where you can see it better. That's probably not much better at all, is it? Okay, so I'm going to line it up on the line that I stitched, the stitch line there. I'm sewing on a Janome 9400. I'm a Janome girl. I do own a brother, but I love my Janome. That's what I sew on. Okay, so I'm going to line the seam, the stitches that we just lined up, or that we just sewed there, the 1/4 inch. I'm going to line it up to the one where we sewed on the zipper and all of the trimmings. Okay, I'm going to make sure that I line it up there. And I'm going to pin it in place. No wonder tape this time, folks, just pinning it. And I'll show you why I like to use that as my guide when we flip it back over. So this is going to be our pocket, just like we talked about. Okay, we can't put the pocket right here because if we stitched right here, then when we opened this up, we wouldn't have a pocket. But if we put it on this side and we're going to stitch right along, let's see right here, right along the top stitching that we just did, so you won't be able to see it, then we'll have a pocket. So let's go back over to the machine, and you can either stitch from the top side if you prefer, or if you like to stitch on the back of it. I prefer to stitch on the back because I know that I've lined mine upright, and I'm using matching thread and matching bobbin, so I don't think I can go wrong. Let's see if I'm right here. I'll pull that back just a little bit, and let's see. And let's stitch right along there. A little back stitching, and then just stitch right along the sewn line. Use that as your guide. Even if you didn't completely get it accurate, if you're using matching thread, you should be okay on the front because the red's going to hide it. And again, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, use invisible thread. Hey, we did pretty good there. Can you see? Did pretty good, yay! And now we've got a pocket. Pretty simple, isn't it? Okay. So now we want to trim off the excess part that's over here. So this, we're going to trim it up real quick. And I'm just going to take my scissors and do that. And if it's not exactly accurate, like this at the top is a little off, that's okay. We're going to catch it, so it's no big deal. We're going to stitch with a 1/4 inch at the top. Well, all the way around really, and we'll catch it, so no big deal. Now if it was a lot off, we would be in trouble, but this is going to be fine. Okay. So the next part that we want to do is to take our flaps, and we want to cover the raw edge of the flaps. And we're going to use this cute pin dot again, and we're going to cover it. Okay, so we're going to do both of these. I've got 4 of them here, just in case, because I think you should always cut extra. We're going to go back to the sewing machine. I'm going to stitch these, can you see what I'm going to stitch these from the front, and then I'm going to flip it over. And this is just going to conceal the raw edge. Now if you had directional fabric, you would want to make sure that you were stitching the correct way, because this doesn't really make a difference how it lays in the notebook. There's no direction to this, but if you had a pattern to it, you would want to think about that. Okay, so we stitched all the way down, and then I'm just going to fold it over, and I'm going to stitch again. Easy enough. This is going to look like from the front. I'm going to increase my stitch length just a tad, and it's going to look like the front, that it's got top stitching on it. almost done with having to use red bobbin though, so we can switch back to just whatever. And there you go. We'll trim the top of it off where it's got extra hanging off. And there's one side. Let's do the other one real quick. We're going to do it in exactly the same manner. This gives it a nice little finish. It looks more professional. Anybody out there do embroidery? Would you want to embroider a name or something on the notebook covers on the front of it? You would do that step before you actually put in the lining. You would want to make sure, and if you were going to do it, you'd want to put it at the bottom before you put in the lining. Because once you put that in it, you need the pocket. And if you put any embroidery on it, you wouldn't have a pocket. Makes sense, huh? No, it's almost out. Please stay with me. Little bit more. And we are almost done, guys. We've just got to put it together and stitch it around. This is the hardest part. If you can believe that, you can whip these out in a matter of just minutes, really. I don't even know how long we've been on with the stops and starts, but I'm going to say I could probably do this from start to finish in about an hour, and that's probably cutting everything out too. They're not difficult, and if you wanted to make lots of them, you could get an assembly line going, and that would certainly speed up the process. So we're done with that. We're going to trim the top of it again, like we did on the other one. So we've got our two interior flaps. Let's cut that little ditty off right there. Okay, so let's go back over here and put this together. Okay, can you see that now? Okay, so let's take the zipper and let's unzip down probably a good couple inches from the top. Okay, and let's go ahead and let's trim that off. Any excess that you have up here, just take your scissors and trim any rickrack, any of the folded fabric, anything you have, trim it off. Okay, then you want to do the same thing at the bottom, trim it even with the fabric. Okay, so now we want to take our folded, or take our flaps. So we want them to, the pretty side that we just covered, to be what people see when they open up the notebook cover. So we want that to be facing out. So let's lay it like this, face down, right sides together. We're going to take the other one with this pretty edge. We're going to lay it down, right sides together. Then the pattern calls for, I believe, an 11.5 by 15 inch contrasting piece, and this is it right here, and of course it's little pin dots. And we're going to lay it down. We're going to lay it wrong side against right side, and then take your pins. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure to hold the flaps in place. So pin the flaps to make sure that they're even, and just pin all around. Make sure that you've moved the zipper down far enough to where when you're stitching that you won't stitch over it, or the zipper pull rather. I don't think our machines would be happy about that. Alright. If you have Wonder clips, this works really well. I failed to get mine out. I should have done that, but we'll just keep our trusty pins around, no big deal. Okay, is there any questions on this? Everybody understand how to put it together? Are you wondering at this point, but how in the world are we going to turn it right side facing out? This is the biggest question I get asked in this, but I can't turn it. Yeah, you can, because I can stick my hand through here. See that? We're just going to stitch a 1/4 inch all around, but we're not going to stitch there. Okay, so let's go back over to the machine again. I've got to put some bobbin thread in so it won't beep at me. So bear with me just a minute while I do that. I'm just going to use white bobbin thread because it doesn't matter. No one's going to see this. You can lengthen your stitch length a little bit if you'd like to. I like to stitch with a scant 1/4 inch. I'm going to move the camera back just a tad because I'm going to have to be stitching and I don't want to knock the camera over. Does anybody stitch barefoot? I've been taking my shoe on and off here because I can't help it. I have to stitch without any shoes on. That's the way I drive. Okay, we're just going to stitch start it off the edge, stitch all the way down. When you get to the zipper, you'll certainly feel it. I would just do a little back stitch. And I'm going to sew off the edge. To this side and do the same thing. Whoops. I hold this down so you guys can see. And I'm going to start off on the edge again. Back stitch because we're going to clip the corners so it's no big deal. I wish there was an easier way when I sew with you to do it, but if I'm going to sew with you, this is it. I know it takes a while. I hope you guys are hanging in there with me. Again, if you want to watch this on YouTube, it might be easier. Fast forward to the parts you don't need and stop and rewind for the parts you do need. On the zipper, I can feel it. I slow down just a little bit, and I'm going to go back over the zipper. Ouch. A little blood on this project. Makes me wish I'd used my Wonder clips, huh? Okay, one more side. We'll be done. Yay! This up. Try to hold it so the camera you can see it. I'm sewing here. Now, the most important part of this is to make sure that you are stitching with a 1/4 inch, because not an accurate 1/4 inch, you are going to have problems fitting the notebook cover in. But I can show you a trick on that too if you have problems. Let's go back up here again. And voila, we've done it. Okay, so let's just trim the corners. I'm just going to cut through all of that. Can you see that? Yep. Trim all the corners. Take this little ditty off and let's just stick our hand through there and turn it right side out. Any questions so far, guys? This is so easy, I don't have any questions, right? Okay, I'm going to turn my iron on because I want to give it a good press before I put my notebook cover in. The other thing that I need is a point turner. Let me grab that. Where's the point turner? If you guys have never used this before, this is so cool. This, I believe, is by Clover. It's Joan Hawley's point turner, and it is the neatest one I have ever seen. At all of my classes, I always recommend that. Kudos to you for Joan Hawley for thinking of that. That was really cool. It's got a real nice point on it, and then it also has a flat, and this is called something else in the quilting world. I can't remember what it is at this moment, but anyhow, you can go back with your seams and you can flatten your seams, and I'll show you how I do that. But right now we're going to turn this inside out too. Use our little point turner there. Poke our point out like that corner. Look how cute it's looking, yay! Okay, so there's that side. Let's do the fun side though. This is with the zipper. We're going to do the same thing. You have our threaded hands. This is a little harder on your hands, but it's not too bad. My sweet little mama could do it. She has terrible hands. Just poking that to make a nice corner. I'm going to do the same on this end. Okay, so what I like most about this is you can take this and make your seams lie flat. It's hard to tell on camera that that's what you're doing, but it really makes a difference in a project. See how that just seems to lie flatter? And even the sides do. Now I'm going to give it a good press over here. Look how cool! Yay! Yay! Okay. Very cool. I'm going to give it a good press over here at the ironing board. And then we're going to stick a spiral notebook cover inside of it. Add a little ribbon, and we are going to be done. Wasn't that easy? Everybody can make one. Nothing to it. Now this would be really cute even for boys. Obviously this one's pretty girly, and since I don't have a boy, I only have a girl, I usually make everything girlish, but you could use car fabric, you could use camo. I mean, the sky's the limit on it. Now this is the spiral notebook cover that I like to use. These are just the one subject college rule. You can buy them right now since it's the beginning of school for like 17 cents, 15 cents from Walmart. I usually buy them by the case so I can have them during the year, because you never know how many you're going to have to make. And I think they go up to like $1 a piece. Now I did pull that little string. Let's just get rid of that. Okay, so you want to take and open this up. And let's see how good I did here, how good my 1/4 inch was. I'm going to insert it on that side and do the same thing on this side. Yay! And voila! And you can tie a cute little ribbon. And I will get some ribbon over here. I forgot to cut some while ago. Let me run over here to my ribbon stash and cut some, and we'll put some cute ribbon on there. That's not very good. Where's my white ribbon? We'll just use red. How about that? Okay. So when I'm inserting my ribbon, I like to use, I believe this is like an 18 or an 1/8 of an inch ribbon. And hopefully you can see this. You can bring it down here. I don't know if I can hold this. I'll do this too, we'll try. I like to make it into a loop, and I'm going to serve so much better than mine. But now you know how, Sally. It really is all in the 1/4 inch. I'm going to pull those together, and I'm going to pull them through the little loop, and it's going to make this cute little ribbon. And I should have had a contrasty one there, but that's okay. It's still going to be cute. And I like to have a little longer ribbon pull. Yay! We're finished. And see it, the lined zipper pocket. Very cute. So be sure and go to Craftsy or go to Pellon Products and download this. For more tutorials, you can go to SewMichelle.com. And if you can't find it on Craftsy, email me and I'll be happy to at SewMichelle@outlook.com, and I'll be happy to send it to you. The other thing that I want to tell you guys is that I am having a retreat. So if you like, let me get in here where I can see you. If you like my work and would like to come to one of my retreats, I'm going to have one October the 6th through the 9th, and it's going to be at Greenbrier Creative Retreat Center in Eustis, Texas, and I'm going to be there to teach projects like this. I do have a couple of new patterns out that I haven't released yet, and I will as time grows closer to the deadline of the retreat, and that way you can know what you're going to be learning. But it's always something fun. The last retreat we did the draw screen bag. I think I also made a keychain in the hoop keychain cover, and then we did the cat mat and the Poochie placemat. So that was a lot of fun. So we always have a good time, but I'm always there through the whole retreat to help you with any projects that you have. And it's just 3 days of pure fun, just sewing and laughing and eating and just having a good time and fellowship with other women who enjoy the same hobby that you do. Thank you guys for watching my second Periscope. You can find this on YouTube. It'll be there to download or to view, whichever way you do it on YouTube, as soon as I can get it done. I hope to do another one next Sunday, so be sure and tune in then. This was fun this summer. Thank you, Sally. We did have a good time at the retreat, didn't we? It was fun. But thank you guys very much for joining me, and we'll see you soon. Have a blessed week.